Hey y'all, welcome and welcome back to my channel. Thank you all for tuning in and rocking with me. We're going to do something a little different because I feel like there's a disconnect, okay? Y'all, okay, and I'm laughing because it's funny because everybody who know me know personally when I start off with, I feel like there's a disconnect that I'm finna go ahead and pop some shit, okay? But I feel like we know each other. We found, you know what I'm saying? We found, okay? So I feel like there is a disconnect, okay? And the disconnect is I feel like that because lately I feel like it's been real chaotic for all of us, okay? Even on a personal level, it hasn't been that bad, but it has been a little even different for me as usual. Like I'm more of a zen peace, like, you know what I'm saying, sit over here, look pretty, soft girl, feminine, you know what I'm saying? Like that's my usually my energy. And even lately for me, I have been basically put in positions, or I will, sure, should I guess I could say I have allowed myself to be put in positions where I have to step out of my goddess energy or my femininity, okay? Which obviously as a woman that's not natural, okay? So let's see. I feel like we need to go back. We need to take it back a little, okay? Because I feel like a lot of us are dealing with right now just a lot of things that's kind of throwing us off path, throwing us off focus, throwing us off from the bigger picture, the grand scheme of things, okay? So we're gonna do a little Sunday school, okay? We're gonna take it back. When I initially started this channel, it was with the hopes of connecting with like minds, okay? And when I say like minds, I am referring to anybody is welcome. We already know that, okay? This is a no, judgment zone, especially as far as you getting judged for who you love or what you like or how you dressed or what you drive, things like that. We use our discernment, but for the most part, we're not judging based on little petty shit like that, okay? But if you know, you know. Okay, so look, my whole point, let me try to stay focused with this. I want to go back to square one, okay? Because when I made this channel, it was because that I had an awakening, or I had a certain level of consciousness that I felt need to be shared with others. You know what I'm saying? And also I wanted other people to share their awakening or their level of, I wouldn't say level of consciousness because I didn't want to be opened up to everybody's energy and portal. But when you are fully aware of what's going on, you can kind of like fluctuate. You can fluctuate between energies, between levels of consciousness. And one thing I like about my channel is that it allows me to do that without me necessarily going out into the world and having to, be a part of the chaos, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Because like there's different levels of consciousness. We all know that, okay? Like we have the 3D, the 4D, the 5D. I think it goes all the way up to like the 10 or 7. It might be more, but I think it's like 10 or 7 as far as like the consciousness with emotions. You know what I'm saying? Like for example, anger, envy, jealousy. That's all like, that's 3D and 2D, and you know what I'm saying, those lower vibrational energies and emotions where those entities, they can come and latch, you know what I'm saying, they feed off of things like that. And then we have that 4D consciousness where it's like, you halfway there may be some labeling going on, there might be some type of what they call that when people try to use spirituality as like a personality trait or a badge, but there's still some sort of like I wouldn't say it's a disconnect, but there's still a level of, there's basically still a level of disconnect, because ultimately the main goal is that you realize that we are all one. You know what I'm saying? We are one. And that's just how it is. We are one. Okay, y'all remember that song? Okay, it all goes back to we are one, and it all goes back to love. Love is the highest form of energy. Authenticity is the highest form of energy. I feel like authenticity is the highest, and then love is like right next to it. If you can be yourself and also operate out of a place of love, baby, it's up. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I feel like we need to go back a little. We need to go back because a lot of the things that we are experiencing, whether or not we want to be real with ourselves and admit it or not, a lot of the things that we are experiencing we basically have given our body, our souls, whatever you want to call it, your vessel, permission to experience. Little do you know, and I'm not shaming anybody's beliefs, because again, we don't do that. Everybody is on different waves lists. But again, my basically my main thing was making this channel was waking up the collective, waking up the people, and letting them, allowing them to experience and be made aware of the God or the goddess source within themselves, okay? And if we are at that level as a god or a goddess, you know what I'm saying, and basically just acknowledging, that source is also within, that we have a lot of power to create what's going on the outside of us. We have a lot of power to create our personal experience or our reality, okay? But I feel like right now, because it is so much going on, and because, I don't know, I feel like there's a lot of distractions, there's a lot of just, because that's what comes out in the readings. It's a lot of, negativity, cheating, third party, jealousy, family going against family, and some depression, anxiety, worry, stress. So I feel like we need to get back to square one. And back to square one is realizing that, first of all, you are a divine being having a spiritual experience, okay? I'm gonna repeat that. You are a divine being, you are a spirit or a soul, whatever you want to call it, okay? I'm gonna just try to clump it up into one, so I don't want to be too particular and then we lose focus, or I'm going above people's heads where I need to be trying to speak to them and get them, okay? So just take it out, not take it how it resonates, but just, if you already there, then you already get it, then you know what I'm saying, just follow, okay? But we are having a physical experience. We are souls, we are spirits having a physical experience. And if we want to get kind of technical, but then not too technical, like I said, I want to reach people. Okay, I want to reach people that's down here and kind of bring them up a little without me having to go down there. If that makes sense. So with that being said, okay, even in the Bible it says, your body is your temple. The body is the temple. Your vessel is the temple. Okay, so now with that being said, this brain, your brain is a computer. It's like a computer, okay? Your brain is like a computer. Okay, don't mind my brain, but it's a brain. Your brain is a computer. Your brain is a computer that can be programmed and have been programmed. Okay, your brain has been programmed since you was born. Okay, since you was a little bitty baby with drinking out the bottle, okay, or drinking out the titty, whatever you want to drink, your brain has been programmed from birth. Okay, and then also when you go to school around family, okay, school programs it. Y'all know my writing is horrible, okay, but I'm just trying to give a clear thing of where I'm going. Okay, so your brain is the computer, and it's being programmed. It was being programmed since you were born. Okay, your brain has been programmed since you were born with different programs. Okay, all the way up from when you were a baby. From when you're, in school, that's programming, you're learning, your family, when you learned your religion, what to believe, that's all programming. And the thing about it as well is that the people who are helped program you, they were all programmed, okay? So you learned your religion from your mother or your grandfather or whoever who learned their religion from their mother or their grandfather. You learned your education from people, that went to school that taught them how to, certain things, or certain, what we consider as, knowledge or education. Everybody has been programmed, basically, and everything is a program, okay? So follow me, y'all. Your brain is a program. You have been programmed since birth. So with that being said, and when I say programmed since birth, some of it's good, some of it's bad, but I feel like right now we need to have Sunday school today, because I feel like a lot of it is very low vibrational. I'm not going to say good or bad. I'm going to just say low vibrational, high vibrational, okay? Because I don't want nobody to feel bad about some programming that they had no control over. Like I said, this shit started when you bust out the pussy. When you bust out the pussy, they gave you your name, they gave you your religion, they gave you, you know what I'm saying? Some of y'all named after juniors or, you know, Jonathan Winehouse the fifth, you know what I'm saying? So then you carrying on somebody else motherfucking energy and essence already by you being the fifth or the third or whatever the case. But it's a programming nonetheless. They gave you everything you know. Okay, so you only operate with what you know, right? Boom. Okay. So with that being said, with your brain being programmed since birth, and then in school, and then from family and friends, you know what I'm saying? All those are programs. Whether they good or bad, whether they high vibrational, low vibrational, is all programs. This is where it kicks in at. This is where we gotta understand this. So as just like with the computer, just like how programs can be installed, okay, because these things were installed in us, they can also be uninstalled. Okay, now it's probably going to be a little harder to uninstall some things because that's, you know what I'm saying, that's what you're used to, obviously. You know what I'm saying? You've been learning something since birth. You've been a Christian since you was born. You've been a Muslim since, you know what I'm saying, or you've been in the ghetto since you were born. You've been spoon fed. It's going to be different for everybody. You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing. This what we have to. This is the thing, y'all. So with these programs, they can definitely be uninstalled, but it's gonna take you how to uninstall these, especially the programs that are not useful to you. You know what I'm saying? Even like, you know what I'm saying? Like even just programs such as, like, for example, what's something that come out a lot in these readings? Okay, there's a lot of relationship problems, whether with lovers or friends. You know what I'm saying? The program of cheating, or you know what I'm saying, or the program of one person not being enough, or the program of you feeling like you're not enough, or the program of not being happy for each other, or not being, you know, happy for other people, or admiration turned to jealousy. That is a program. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about the programs, they're triggered by each other, you know what I'm saying, or by outside things that don't even, it's not even got none of this. It's outside things that can trigger this. Some of this shit that we program with, some of it is in your DNA. You know what I'm saying? You didn't even, like, you had to learn it, but then, like, okay, so for example, because I had read a study, I forgot whose study it was, but you know they always doing experiments on motherfuckers, right? So, but there was a certain study where there was they did, I wish I could remember exactly so that way y'all can kind of go look it up. But there was a study done at some type of college about rats, okay? They took this male rat, they sprayed, some perfume on him. I think it was like a cherry blossom kind of perfume smell. And then after they sprayed that and he would smell it, they would shock the rat, okay? And they did this over a long period of time. Here come that smell, so now the rat in his mind, he like, damn, I'm finna get shocked, okay? So they would shock him. And then they put him back with regular population. He ended up, getting back with his people, and he found his little lady. They end up reproducing the lady had babies, whatever. And they noticed that the same babies that the male rat, had with this other rat, that when they smelt the cherry blossom, they would also feel like trauma. They would get tense. They would get a little, concerned. You know what I'm saying? Like you could tell in their body, you know what I'm saying? Animals, they still have feelings and things, stuff like that. So you can tell when your dog or your pet is in distress, or when they concerned, or when they traumatized. You could tell. So they basically in their study, they found that basically the offspring from this rat who was traumatized when he basically smelt the cherry blossom perfume, because every time he smelt it, he knew that there was a shock that was coming. They kept doing this, you know what I'm saying? They kept doing it. So in his DNA, he started getting, he started knowing to expect a shock coming, or something that's going to bring him some type of distress. You could just imagine being shocked. How the fuck that feel? Okay, and now it's like it passed on genetically through his offspring, where when they smelt it, they would kind of go into frenzy and kind of be a little they would get anxious. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, this is not a good thing. Even though they probably never really experienced it in their life. It's called, basically look up something, it's called epigenetics. Okay, because not only are our brain being programmed by everything else, school, religion, when you first come out, you're given everything, but then also there's certain things that is called epigenetics or epigenetics. I don't know if I'm saying it right. I'll drop it in the comment section, but it basically explains, it's the study of how certain environmental situations can be passed on through genes. Okay, like also for example, like with the slave trade, how it then also even currently there's like a kind of like a stereotype, which I feel like it's kind of still at the door if you living under the if you out and you know what I'm saying, you meet people, you live in your life, but then if you one of them people where you kind of live under a rock, you probably still think there's some truth to that. You still thinking some truth to this, okay? Remember how they used to say like a lot of black people don't know how to swim or scared of water and you know things like that. But let's take it back. Y'all remember the slave trade? You know what I'm saying? A lot of African Americans, we come from, you know, they are us, we are them. Those are our ancestors. You know what I'm saying? For many of us. And you know, y'all know what they did with water to the slaves. You know, they would use water to install fear. They would drown these people in water, literally. They would even put them on ships, and the only way out was you to jump in this big body of water, or you finna be, you know what I'm saying, a slave for the rest of your life. So it's like, you know, they were programmed to fear, you know what I'm saying, water. It was like nothing really good came from water. And even now to this day, like, let's be real, there is a lot of black people that that, you know, what's your fear? Oh, water. I ain't taking no cruise. I ain't getting on no boat. I ain't doing this. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't even, you know how to swim, which I feel like y'all teach your kids how to swim. That's important, okay? But that's just an example. So is y'all following me? Okay? A lot of us, we are our ancestors. I know y'all heard that. You know what I'm saying? We are our ancestors. But my whole point of saying that is that there is some certain things that can be passed down through genes, such as like with the rats. He was scared. Well, when he knew that smell was coming, he knew he was finna get his ass shot. You know what I'm saying? He don't know that it's an experiment, that he's, you know what I'm saying? He just know, bitch, I'm in this box, I'm living my life, and I smell this smell, and this smell is familiar because when I smell this smell, I usually experience some type of pain, and I'm getting, you know what I'm saying? And and then his kids came out with the same, you know, the same type of anxiety or fear around smelling that certain perfume. So my point is, your brain is like a computer, okay? Your brain is, it's not even, it's like, your brain is a computer. That's what it is. It's a computer. It's a computer that's being programmed, that has been programmed since you were born, okay? And some of the programs, most of the programs come from outside sources. Like I said, we go to public school. Even if you go to private school, you're taught certain things with your religion, with your family, you know what I'm saying, you have family traditions. All those are programs. And then also you have to be mindful of the programs that are already there unconsciously. With epigenetics, I feel like that is an unconscious program. That's programming. And I would also like to say that is trauma that prior generations failed to heal. So then it subconsciously comes to you. And like I said, it'll just be something on the outside that'll kind of like trigger it. Okay. That's where triggers comes in at. Okay. So back to the point of your brain being a program. I mean, your brain being a software that's being programmed, and you're being programmed since birth. So with that being said, we have these different programs. Okay. Also, our brain is made up of, you know, not only you being programmed, but then also it's environmental factors, what you see, what you experience. If you're around addicts and drugs and stuff, you may, you know, you're more likely to get involved in that. If you're around, you know, very overly religious people, you're more likely to be involved in that. If you're around people who are, you know what I'm saying, like basically your environment plays a role as well in your programming. Okay, and so like follow me, y'all. So that's where we're at. We're all being programmed. You've been programmed since birth. Even me. You know what I'm saying? Even me. We all have been programmed since birth and are still being programmed. Okay. Now this is the fun shit. This is where shit get real if you ready for it. Okay, because just like programs can be installed in you, installed in a system or a computer, they can also be uninstalled. But that's where you have to come in at. And that's where this spiritual journey, or that's where also, you know, saying, not even just spirituality, but that's where consciousness comes in at. That's where consciousness, we're going to use that. Okay. So if you're able to be aware and be conscious of, hey, damn, I was taught this not really me. This not really, you know what I'm saying? Like, for example, let's say like with what's a good example I can use? I can't think of one. I mean, like, let's say, for example, addictions or drugs or something. You know, well, no, that's not really a good example either. But my whole point is that once you become aware of the programming that basically your brain have endured, once you become aware, That awareness, once you become conscious of that, and then you're able to make changes to that programming. Okay, y'all following me? Y'all following me? I hope y'all follow me. I know this might be a lot, but I feel like this needs to be said so we can have better quality readings, better quality messages, and just the overall better quality experience here on earth as divine beings. Okay, so once you are aware, like that's what people call awakening consciousness. That's when you're aware like, damn, my mind, my body is really created all of this. You know what I'm saying? Because basically your environment and everything that you do is, it starts off as a thought, right? It starts off as a thought. We always thinking. The brain, whether or not, even if you know that you're thinking, your brain is always thinking, adding things up, analyzing. Okay? Then those thoughts, they become habits. They become habits, and those habits is what you do. And then now your thoughts and your habits come together. That's creating your environment. That's creating your reality. So just like if you have a thought like, okay, hey, I'm finna get up and work out 5 days a week. Okay, that's the thought. I'm sure we all probably had that thought plenty of times. I'm going to work out, or I'm going to do this. I'm going to eat this. You know what I'm saying? But once you put that thought into action, once you're conscious of that thought and you start putting that thought into action, you know what I'm saying, and making it a habit, and then those habits turn into your reality. And then now, boom, you're a gym baddie. And you're at the gym 5 days a week, and it's just effortlessly. Okay? Or, you know what I'm saying? That's just one example. But you can put that with anything that you're trying to accomplish. Okay? It all starts off as a thought in our brain. And then it's up to us to whether or not we want to be aware of that thought and how we're going to basically express the thought, or even if it's even worth expressing. Because let's be real, all thoughts that we have ain't worth expressing. That's just like, you know, the saying where they say, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, then keep it to yourself. Some of that shit need to stay right up there. You know what I'm saying? But it came up there for a reason. Obviously for you to possibly acknowledge it in some type of way, and then, you know, put it to the side or take action. It's up to you. Okay? But my whole point is, how to reprogram your brain is to be aware that first off that your brain has been programmed. Okay, your brain is a system and it has been programmed. Okay, it's been programmed with some of y'all with trauma. Like I said, it's been programmed with phobias. You know, that's why people are afraid of spiders or things like that. But it's been programmed. But how to uninstall it is to be conscious of the program, be aware of the programming. And once you're aware of the programming, then your brain so cold, y'all. You just gotta use it. Then once you're aware of the programming, once you be like, okay, well, I see that I get like this. Okay, so like for example, let's say with weed. Okay. Let's say with weed, you smoke weed, and I used to smoke a lot of weed, y'all. Like, baby, that bag, I stay with it, okay? Real Zai, like, wasn't no huff, that shit, okay? But let's just say, okay, so for example, weed, I gotta stay focused unless I get thrown off track. So let's say like, weed, you know that you smoke weed, it makes you relax, you know what I'm saying, but then as you continue to smoke it, your body kind of get used to it, you know, you get used to it, so then you might get a little lazy, it might, you know what I'm saying, it just, let's say for example, if you do smoke it and it make you lazy, is that a good example? Basically being aware of your programming and then taking action to change it up, to change the program or to stick to the program, that's what's going to create your reality, y'all. I don't know how else really to try to break it down. I don't even know why I draw this because I'm thinking I'm finna draw. But basically, it's just we are programmed since birth. Your brain has been programmed since birth. Being aware of that programming, because part of that programming is creating your reality. You know what I'm saying? Well, not part of it, most of it is creating your reality. So how to uninstall programs is to be aware of it. If you don't want to experience addiction, you need to be aware that, hey, I might have a problem. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I might have a problem because of my environment or because it runs in my family. It's genetic, that, you know what I'm saying, what we talked about. Or shit, maybe you just tried it on your own. You probably was the first person to do this shit in your family, and you know what I'm saying, you was the first person to try it. But besides that, it's awareness. It takes awareness. Okay, it takes awareness to either reprogram or deprogram, basically. Okay, because all of these is all programming. The traumas, the even the good shit. the even the good shit is all programming. Okay, so you have to be aware of the program in order to deprogram or reprogram your mind. So for example, like with addiction, you have to be aware, hey, I have a problem. Okay, or even like with cheating, people pleasing, hey, I have a problem. I have been wired to people please. I have been wired to cheat, or I have been wired to accept cheating. Okay, and then when you are aware of it, you're going to ask yourself these questions. Damn, why do I allow that? Why do I do that? Why? And you're going to get the answers too. That's the crazy part, y'all. That's the real. Now follow me. You're going to get the answers. You know what I'm saying? They all might not make sense right now, but down the line it will make sense. And also, if you need like confirmation or anything, like that's why they have resources such as, therapy or counseling, life coaches, things like that. But for the most part, you're going to, like I said, that brain, that motherfucker. Okay. So it'll tell you exactly why you picked up on a habit. It'll tell you exactly why you do what you do, why you a cheater, you can't keep it in your pants. It'll tell you exactly why you a people pleaser. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be up to you to listen. You know what I'm saying? To listen to it. That's how cold of a motherfucking system that it is. You know what I'm saying? Your brain is a cold ass system. So with that being said, how to unprogram your brain or reprogram your brain? First of all, you have to be aware, okay? You have to be conscious of the program. So look it up, do the research that you need to do. I can possibly drop some links, but most of this shit is kind of off the dome. But I'm going to try to drop some of my references. But it always, to me, it's better when you go out and look. You know what I'm saying? When you go out and look, I feel like that's when you get what you need. You know what I'm saying? Because my references might be confusing to what your brain ready to handle, or you know what I'm saying, or what you're able to actually understand. But it starts by, first of all, you being conscious. You being aware of the program. Okay. Once you're conscious, you're going to have these thoughts. You're going to have these questions. Why? You know what I'm saying? Well, why am I here then, motherfucker? Like when I first started my awakening, like, okay, why would I sign up for some dumbass shit like this? You know what I'm saying? Because now I'm back to the point of you not, like, whether or not we want to admit it or not, there's a part of your conscience that signed up for the life that you have. And I know, y'all, I know it be sounding fucked up and it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you think about other people, like, well, why would a baby sign up to have cancer? Or why would somebody sign up to be gang raped? Like, look, you got to focus on yourself, first of all. You know what I'm saying? Focus on yourself, unless it's real complex. Like, the shit wild, y'all. But it's wild. It's more complex than what you think. You know, it's like it's complex, but then it's not. Okay. If you look at the bigger picture, it's really not. But as you know, as emotional beings, we're full of emotion. We're full of, you know what I'm saying, curiosity. It's always going to be that why. But just know, to an extent, your soul, your consciousness signed up for the life that you have right now. So also keep that in mind. And with that being said, that's going to be able to help you to rewire these programs, okay? Because your soul came, pick the family, pick the friends, or pick whatever life this is, because they feel like that it was a challenge. This was going to help them grow. You pick your life because you feel like, okay, yeah, I need this to grow, basically. I need this to grow. But the thing about it is that you were already programmed. So you forgot that you picked this life. You forgot that you know what I'm saying, that you are an infinite being, that low key you come back. You know what I'm saying? We come back. We've been here, man. we come back, and it's no tea, no shade to nobody. Like, I'm here to learn. So even if you feel different, drop it in the comment section. But we are energy. Energy doesn't die. It just transforms. You come back. And then for some of y'all, you choose to come. Well, most of us, we chose to come back. Okay? We chose to come back because it was stuff that we wanted to learn. We wanted to test our soul, and that's crazy, just for a motherfucker to pick, okay, I want to have my mama be a crackhead. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, it is crazy, and I'm laughing because if you know me, then you know motherfucker signed up for some crazy ass shit over here. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta laugh. You gotta laugh about it, because when you think about it, it's like knowing that you picked this shit. that's also, that took me, for me, that's motivation. Like, if I picked it, I mean, I knew I could, to an extent, I knew I could handle it. You know what I'm saying? To an extent, a part of me knew that I could handle this shit was going to be light. You know what I'm saying? It's my vessel. It's my emotions that's taking it. It's my vessel. It's my, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm in this human vessel and I'm affiliating myself with these emotions. That's what's making it hard. But if you take the emotions out of everything, man, this shit light. Okay? But back to how to unprogram your mind. Okay, you have to be aware. You have to be aware of the programming. You have to be aware of the habit that you're trying to break. Sometimes where that habit came from or how it started, that can be important too. But then, like I said, if you take the emotions out of it, that shit won't even matter. All you got to know is that, hey, there's this programming in me. I need to get it out of me. I need to reprogram because it's not working. It's not giving me the life that I want. My reality is not looking how I want. So I need to remove this program. But for some of us, that's where you get them people who be needing closure. You know what I'm saying? Like the closure type of people. They want to know the why, who, what, when. So your brain, most of us, our brains going to naturally go to that. And if you sit back and you listen, pray on it, meditate, whatever works for you in order for you to still your mind, that shit gonna come to you. You know what I'm saying? Or the divine gonna give you ways to how you can, it's gonna provide answers. You're gonna be like, oh, that's why such and such did. That's why did, you know what I'm saying? But you just have to pay attention. You know what I'm saying? Everything around you basically is a sign. These are all signs and synchronicities. All of them. We even signs and synchronicities to each other. Okay, and that's another thing if you want to get technical with this shit, baby, and I'm trying to go slow because it could be a lot. If you want to get technical, go technical. We are all kind of like representations of each other. You know what I'm saying? That person is you experiencing another reality type of energy. And I know it sounds crazy, y'all. I know, trust me. I know. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, everybody, this shit not finna be for everybody, okay? But if y'all want to get technical, that's another way how you can, that could possibly help you on this journey. Realizing that these people that's a part of your reality, okay, especially the ones that's close to you, they are basically reflections of you living in a different reality. Okay, that crackhead is you living in a whole different reality. That, you know what I'm saying, that celebrity is you experiencing life in a whole different reality. Okay, like we are all, it goes back to one. We are one. You know what I'm saying, with the ultimate frequency being love, authenticity. We are one. And then if you look at it from that aspect, nothing is really good or bad. You know what I'm saying? Everything, because everything is everything. You know what I'm saying? Everything is everything. We are one. It is what it is. Everybody plays a role. Everybody's role is significant. But back to deprogramming, you have to be aware of the programming. Okay? And then for some of y'all, you want to get technical. Like I said, this where the energy of I need closure type people. You know what I'm saying? You may have those, but why? Where? And that's gonna be on for you to do your research on why why you programmed a certain way or why certain things happen in your family. Because everybody's genetic makeup is different. So, you know what I'm saying? But being aware, okay? Being aware, and then also going in on the habit that makes that reality. Okay, so now that you're aware of the program, so what habits am I doing or what action am I taking to manifest this out into my life? For example, like if you're trying to work on your diet. So, okay, I'm aware, consciousness, that's being aware of the programming. I have a program to eat when I'm sad, or I have a program to overeat when I'm excited, or I have a program to eat when I'm bored. What habits is making me do this though? So now that I'm aware that I overeat when I'm happy or when I'm sad, now let's look at the habits that I do. Okay, so now we go to the habits, we go to the actions, because your actions and your thoughts combined, they make up your reality, right? Okay, so now you have to, what action am I doing to make this a reality? The action that you're doing is you taking your fat ass to the refrigerator every time you bored. And that's no tea, no shade, because I'm working on that as well. I'm taking my fat ass to, you know what I'm saying? So don't get offended, y'all know how I talk, you know what I'm saying? But that's one of the habits. And now, okay, since you don't like that habit, that's you're not having a good experience with that habit. Now what do we need to do? Okay, we need to break that habit. Okay, and then that's when you go and you take shit one day at a time. You know what I'm saying? Trying to break the habit. But it all starts with your mind. Why is you doing this? You don't even have to be doing that, but why is you doing it? Okay, so then that's when it goes to like the I need closure people. You know what I'm saying? You have to probably dig deep. I'm doing this because I'm sad. I'm doing this because maybe, when your parents left you off to work, you was the only child and that's what they did. They pushed snacks in front of you and they said, don't touch the dough, eat right here, don't touch it, and just, you know what I'm saying? So you was alone, and that's how you was able to comfort yourself. Okay, so maybe a thing to kind of combat that is realizing that you're not alone and realizing that there's other things that you can do if you have to be alone. You know what I'm saying? Get you a hobby, get you something else to do. You know what I'm saying? Because then those actions going to equate to your reality. I don't know if this is making sense, y'all. But I don't want to make the video too long and I don't want to sound redundant. Basically, your brain is a program. Basically, you were programmed since birth, okay? For the most part, these are the key takeaways I want you to take away. You were programmed since birth. Most of these programs, some of them can be good. A lot of them are you know what I'm saying, I'm not low vibrational. Okay, that's why we're having the low vibrational experiences that we're having. Okay, because a lot of these programs are low vibrational. But it's up to you to take the box off of your head and realize that at any moment, at any time, you can deprogram or you can reprogram your brain. Okay, it's going to take some time. Sometimes it can take some of us can do this shit like this. That's how cold. You know what I'm saying? Gang. Some people it's going to take time, and that's okay. That's okay. The main thing is that you are aware and that you are working on it. Okay, you're working on your thoughts, you're working on your habits, and it all starts with your thoughts. Your thoughts is powerful. Remember they say a mind is a powerful thing to waste. Because if you think that you a fat ass, then you're going to be a fat ass. You're going to go run to the refrigerator every time you sad. If you think that you're not worthy, then you're not going to be worthy. Your relationship's going to make you feel less. Your job's going to make you feel less. Your kids going to make you, you know what I'm saying? It all starts in your mind. It starts in the mind with them thoughts, and then it goes into your habits and how you handle things on a daily, and then that becomes your reality. Okay, so when we dealing with these karmics, when we dealing with these cheating lovers, when we dealing with these jealous family members, when we dealing with all these you know what I'm saying, this low vibrational shit, it's time for us to come up out of that, being in alignment with that. Okay, because to an extent you're in alignment with that. That's how that shit can touch you. Okay, you're accepting that cheating lover. That's why you're experiencing that. Because I'm sure this motherfucking has showed you signs. Okay, you're being your mind, you fearing being alone. That's why you feel like, oh, this is my family, so I can't do them like that. They won't do me like that. We gotta forgive. No, you don't have to. If somebody is putting you in danger, if somebody is affecting your livelihood or mentally, emotionally, physically abusing you, you do not have to put up with them, no matter who they are. No matter who they are. That's a programming. See, that's a programming. That's a programming. And now that you have that program installed in you, subconsciously, you're going to accept that. And then you're going to continue to go through the same cycle. Whoever this family, this cousin, sister, that they don't like you. And that's okay. That's okay. Because obviously it was something that y'all was supposed to learn. Like I said, remember, let's go back to your soul signed up for this. Just like your soul signed up, they soul signed up. You know what I'm saying? So it's probably something that y'all supposed to learn, obviously, with each other. And then now you learned it. And it's okay to disconnect from that. Don't feel guilty for leveling up. That's a programming as well. Feeling guilty when you already learned something and then you want to stay around because you feel like you can't leave your family. You can't leave your lover. You can't leave your friend. That's a programming. You got to deprogram your mind to think like that, because then it's like you're keeping yourself stuck. And then that's where them cycles come in. If you always attracting the same type of lovers, the same type of friends, you always having the same issue with family members, that's because you're staying stuck. You learned the lesson. You learned that you don't need that program no more. Now you get rid of the program, and now you can put something else there that you like, that you enjoy. Something that's going to be helpful to you. Okay, I'm gonna leave it right there because I don't want to make it too long, y'all. But we gotta go back to square one. And back to square one is We're here to raise consciousness, not keep going through the same shit, okay? Not keep experiencing the same low vibrational cycles. I would rather go through the same shit of winning the lottery every day. I go buy me a scratch off every day. I'm winning a different amount. Okay, that's the type of experience that I would rather recycle versus recycling having a, you know what I'm saying, get new friends or realize this person is jealous or realize this person betrayed you. That's the programming. They're being programmed, or they are programming you being programmed. But now it's time to get up out of that programming, because your body ready for something different. And then also another thing, that's how you know when you're ready for something different, because your body start acting out. Rashes, you know what I'm saying? You're getting sick. What's other ways where that program is out? You feel tired, you feel groggy. You know what I'm saying? It's time for an update. It's time for you to update some type of programming that's installed within you, because it's time. Your body ready for something else. Okay? Your body ready for something else, y'all. And I'm ready to read other shit. I'm ready to help. I'm ready to help y'all read whether or not is this a good property to invest in, or is this a good person that I can, you know what I'm saying? Can me and this person be business owners? Shit like that. Not all this petty bum ass shit talking about hating and motherfuckers jealous over cars and that shit 3D. That shit that's low vibrational. You know what I'm saying? We trying to rise above that. You know what I'm saying? I want to get readings about our soul's elevation. Is this, you know what I'm saying? How can we elevate and keep moving on to the point where we don't have to you got a choice on whether or not you want to come back to this motherfucker. Like, that's the ultimate goal. The ultimate goal is to elevate your soul's consciousness, which if you elevate your soul's consciousness, you're going to elevate yourself physically, and you won't be a part of this 3D shit won't phase you as much. You probably won't have so many, hurtful and toxic experience in this 3D. But you got to get rid of it. It's time to throw out these programs, y'all. A lot of these programs, they're old, they're outdated. Figure out which programs is outdated. Figure out which programs that you got and that you need to either update or you need to just get rid of them. I feel like a lot of them need to be get rid of, because like I said, you got to remember, this shit started since you came out the womb. A lot of this shit ain't even useful in today's society. Okay? So that's Sunday school. I know it was a lot, y'all. Let me know if I'm gonna try to find a way to make it more, make it more simple, I guess you could say. But I don't know. But that's basically a message that I want to share with you all, because like I said, I feel like there's a disconnect. And obviously, you know what I'm saying, if we watching each other and we soul tribes and we all here to grow and learn and elevate, I feel like that's the start. That's the start where how you going to be able to grow, learn and elevate, okay? You have to be aware of the programming that's within you, okay? Be aware of the programming so then you can know how to undo things or know of what more programming to add, so we can have better experiences. Because your brain, basically your eyes and see how your eyes and your brain connected? Your brain is creating these experiences, whether you want to admit it or not. You know what I'm saying? A lot of motherfuckers ain't gonna be real. Oh, God, yes, God is real. Yes, the source is real. But at the same time, we are co-creating with the source. We are co-creating. And if the faster y'all realize that, no matter what religion, it all, you know what I'm saying, it all goes back to that we are one and we are made in his image. Yes, a lot of things are inevitable. Yes, a lot of things are destined, you know what I'm saying? But then there's also that free will. There's also us taking action and putting our feedback and our input and we implanting ourselves in the world of this reality. But if your mind is fucked up, if all your programming is negativity, cheating, fighting, that's what you're going to be putting into the world. And then that's what people are going to put back into you. They're going to, you know what I'm saying? You're going to reflect what the fuck you giving out. Okay? Y'all, I hope it resonated. I'll probably come back on. I don't know, because I got to work. So we'll see. But let me know if that was helpful in any type of way. I know it was a lot, y'all. I'm going to try to do it so I can get it. Maybe I need to write it down ahead of time so I can have all my thoughts on one. But if you follow, you fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? If not, we'll go ahead. We'll talk about it again. But let's start working on what we need to deprogram. Okay? What we need to reprogram our minds. Because it all starts in your mind. It all starts with your brain. That's another reason. That's how you know your brain powerful. Because as soon as, like I said, you busting out the pussy, they giving you all this stuff. They programming you right away. Right away. You know what I'm saying? But okay, y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.